Hey there, everybody, it's Jason the Cartoon Fan. Well, it's now December, which means that we only have a couple weeks before Christmas. But, as you can tell from the title, that's not what this video is about. What this video is about is this. What is this, you may be asking? Well, it's my new shelf to store my DVDs and Blu-rays in. So, a couple of days ago, my dad got me this big giant shelf to store all of my DVDs and Blu-rays. I desperately needed a shelf like this because the shelf that you've seen in my previous videos, which is this one over here on the right of the new one, is super small. And it was not even close to being big enough for all of my DVDs and Blu-rays to fit. So, now that I have this shelf, and I'm now able to store all of my DVDs and Blu-rays together, I figured I might as well do a video showing off every single DVD and Blu-ray that I currently own. I'm not going to be super detailed when talking about most of them, because the fact that I have so many right now. I mean, I don't have, the biggest collection because I'm not someone like Jay's Blu-rays who collects DVDs and Blu-rays for a living, but I do have a pretty decent collection of movies and TV shows. So, I'm not going to be showing the front spines inside of the packaging like I usually do for my DVD and Blu-ray videos. Instead, I'm just going to be showing you how they look on my shelf, and I'm going to be going through each individual title as we go along in the video. So, without further ado, let's get things started. You can probably already tell from what I'm showing you right now, but I have all of these titles arranged by studio. So, yeah, and I'm going to tell you how I've organized them in the studios and all that other stuff as we go along in the video. Alrighty, let's get things started now. Alrighty, so first off, we might as well get started with the oldest of the companies that I have DVDs and Blu-rays for, Disney. So, the first thing that I have is Celebrating Mickey, which is a Blu-ray that came out last November for Mickey Mouse's 90th birthday. Then I have my DVDs for the live-action Disney movies, and the only two that I have are Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, yeah, I know it's also part animated, but it's also released by Touchstone, and there's a good portion of it that is live action, so I just decided to put it with the live action Disney movies that I have. And I have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's pretty much it. Then I have my DVDs for the Pixar movies, and they are arranged in the order in which each film was released. So I have Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles. And then here's a peculiar little DVD. This is called Disney Dogs, the Blue Ribbon Challenge. It's a DVD game. You know, like those little extras that they put on those older DVDs as a way to create a Fox interactive experience for the kids. But it's a really fun game, unlike most of these kinds of DVD games. And it's a full-length game because it's part of a series called Disney DVD Game World, and it has an official rating from the ESRB. Crazy, I know. So yeah, this is a pretty neat title to have in my collection. Now we're getting into my DVDs for the animated canon movies, and I tried my best to arrange these in the order in which each film was released in, but I did have a little bit of a challenge, and you'll see that challenge, and I'll describe it when we get to this area right here. So I have Peter Pan Diamond Edition, which is a Blu-ray release, but it's inside a DVD case. This release I have for Toy Story is also a Blu-ray release inside a DVD case, though the Disney Blu-ray symbol isn't on the spine, so you wouldn't have known that unless I pointed out to you right then and there, which of course I did. Then I have the Jungle Book 40th Anniversary Edition, part of the Platinum Edition series. Then I have Robin Hood from 1973, part of the Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection. Really nice title to have because the movie is in its original full frame X by ratio on here, as opposed to the cropped widescreen version that's on Blu-ray and Disney Plus. So yeah, this one's really nice to have. Then I have this 2-movie collection featuring Mulan and Mulan 2. Then I have The Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis the Lost Empire, and Lilo and Stitch. Really happy to have the 2-disc collector's editions for both The Emperor's New Groove and Lilo and Stitch. Both these movies were also released on Blu-ray, but unfortunately they're bare bones releases, so I haven't bothered picking either of these up. And I know that my friend Ryan from Ryan's Treasures is super jealous about this because he only has the single-disc standard versions of these movies on DVD. So now we have my Blu-rays for Disney, except for the 2 that I already mentioned. And this was the problem I was mentioning earlier. Because Blu-rays are smaller than DVDs in terms of how they're packaged, I couldn't really organize them the way that I wanted to, because not only would they probably tip, like the DVDs would probably tip and cause the top of these to get damaged, but also it looks a little bit weird on the shelf, so that's the reason why I did it like this. So I have the Muppets and Muppets Most Wanted on Blu-ray, and then I have these animated canon movies. Just like with the ones that I have on DVD, I have them arranged in the order in which they were released. So I have Beauty and the Beast 25th Anniversary Edition, part of the Walt Disney Signature Collection. Aladdin Diamond Edition, part of, well, the Diamond Edition series, of course. And The Lion King, the Circle of Life Edition, which is also part of the Walt Disney Signature Collection. Hercules Special Edition, even though it's not really that special because it only has 3 extras on it. And finally, Tangled. So now we're getting into my DVDs for the Disney television animation shows. And I have each of these arranged in the order in which each show premiered in. So I have Adventures of the Gummy Bears Volume 1, which features the first 3 seasons. You can see that this set here is in a box set in which each disc has their own individual slim case. And you may be wondering, why don't I have all of these types of releases? Well, that's because even though I do like the artwork on the box set releases for them, I personally prefer the packaging for these versions right here, where they reissued them in standard size DVD cases. This is a few years back, just because, you know, they're slimmer packaging, and I don't really want to waste too much shelf space. So if I can find copies of these releases in standard DVD cases, I usually go for the standard DVD cases if box set and standard case versions are both available. I wasn't able to find a copy of this set or this set that we're going to get to later in a standard size DVD case though, which is the reason why they're like that. Alrighty, moving on. So I have the original DuckTales Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and the DuckTales movie Treasure the Lost Lamp. However, I do not have Volume 4 of the original DuckTales because it's a Disney Movie Club exclusive, and I think that the Disney Movie Club is a big scam, so Disney can get you to spend more money on them. Especially when you consider the fact that you have to buy 4 or 5 different titles a month at higher than their retail cost in order to stay in the club. Yeah, that's a big pyramid scheme right there. I'm not going to get suckered up by that. Alrighty, moving on. So I have Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers Volume 1 and Volume 2 in a 2-volume collection that puts all 6 discs 3-disc per volume inside a standard size DVD case. Pretty nice release. Then I have Darkwing Duck Volume 1. And over here I have Darkwing Duck Volume 2. Then I have Goof Troop Volume 1 and Volume 2 in this 2-volume collection that's similar to the Chip and Dale set that I just showed you a couple of seconds ago. Then I have a Goofy movie, which is based on Goof Troop, even though it's technically its own standalone film, which is the reason why I have it in here. And just like Robin Hood's release, it's also part of the Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection. Then over here I have Quack Pack Volume 1, which, while it's not a very good show, I don't think that it's a bad show like some people say it is. So I have it on DVD. It was only $1 when I got it at FYE, so it wasn't really that much of a loss for me. Then I have Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Adventure Begins, Kim Possible, The Secret Files, and then we're getting into the newer Disney TV shows that I like. Phineas and Ferb, The Fast and the Phineas, and The Days of Summer. And now we're getting into the second shelf here. So, then over here I have Phineas and Ferb, Animal Agents. And then I have Gravity Falls, the complete series on Blu-ray. The only Blu-ray for a Disney television animation show that I have, because it's the only Disney television animation show that's been released on Blu-ray. And unlike most of Disney's titles, this wasn't released by Disney themselves, but rather Shout Factory. This is a pretty nice release, and I really wish that Shout Factory could make more DVDs and Blu-rays for Disney titles. But unfortunately, they haven't done that yet. Then over here I have Mickey Mouse, Merry and Scary, featuring shorts from the new Mickey Mouse series that airs on Disney Channel. And then finally, for the Disney TV animation shows, I have Tangled, the series Queen for a Day. Now we're getting into my DVDs for the Muppets. So I have Sesame Street Old School Volume 1, The Muppet Show Season 1 Special Edition. And over here in this row, I have the original Muppet movie from 1979, The Great Muppet Caper, The Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppets from Space, Fraggle Rock Where It All Began, and Fraggle Rock Down in Fraggle Rock. So now we're transitioning from my DVDs for Disney into my DVDs for 20th Century Fox. I decided to put my 20th Century Fox titles right after my Disney ones, just because of the fact that Disney does own 20th Century Fox, but I didn't want to necessarily integrate them into the Disney titles, because I do want to consider 20th Century Fox a separate company and pretend that the acquisition didn't happen. And I know my friend Ryan, the same Ryan I was talking about from Ryan's Treasures, feels like doing the same. So I'm kind of also doing him a favor too. So first off, for my releases for 20th Century Fox, I have a bunch of different DVDs for The Simpsons. Over here I have this release of The Simpsons Christmas 2. And the reason why it's like this is because I got this at 7-Eleven of all places for $3 as part of this thing called Treasure Hunt, where they take used DVDs and put them in a cardboard container like this. So yeah, pretty neat. I'll probably get this DVD like as its official release. I mean, this is the official disc. I mean, like in its original DVD case at some point, as well as the first Simpsons Christmas DVD. But, you know, I'm not really in a rush to get that, because the entire series of The Simpsons is on Disney Plus, and all the episodes that are on those DVDs are on the surface, of course, and there aren't any special features, unlike these season sets right here. The special collector's edition season releases for The Simpsons. So I have the complete first season, the complete second season, the complete third season, the complete fourth season, the complete fifth season, the complete sixth season, the complete 12th season, the complete 13th season, the complete 15th season, and the most recent season release of The Simpsons to come out, season 18. And also, season 19 of The Simpsons is coming out on DVD soon. So I might eventually get it, and if I do, make sure to stay tuned for an unboxing of that set. And then over here, I have the Simpsons movie. Now I have my Blu-rays and DVDs for a few miscellaneous children's movies from Fox. So I have Rio 2, don't have Rio 1 for whatever reason, and Epic, both of which are on Blu-ray. Then I have Robots, and all of the other reindeer. And now we have my DVDs for the other adult animated series from Fox. Though I only have 2 of those shows on DVD, as of right now. So I have King of the Hill, the complete first season, Family Guy Volume 1, which features the first 2 seasons, and the Freaking Sweet Collection, which is pretty nice to have because it has the uncensored version of an episode that was censored on this DVD set, Road to Rhode Island. Now, here's the next shelf. So, we have another set of transitional DVDs. So I have Garfield and Friends Volume 1, and Garfield and Friends Happy Holidays Garfield, which features a Garfield Thanksgiving and a Garfield Christmas. So, the reason why I say transition DVDs was because this DVD was released by Fox back when they had the rights to the show, but now the Garfield franchise belongs to Nickelodeon. And as you can see right here, my next DVDs are for Nickelodeon, so I decided to use these DVDs as a transition between my DVDs for Fox and my DVDs for Nickelodeon. So now, we have my Nickelodeon DVDs. So first off, I have Clarissa Explains It All, Season 1, and The Spiderwick Chronicles. And these are the only 2 DVDs for Nickelodeon that I have that aren't animated. Now we're into my DVDs for the Nicktoons, and I have them arranged in the order which each show premiered in. So I have Rugrats Season 1 and Season 2. I don't have any of the burn-on-demand DVD-R releases for Rugrats from Amazon, but I do have the first 2 of the 4 season sets for Rugrats that Paramount released. Then I have 2 compilation DVDs for Rugrats, Decade in Diapers, and Mysteries. And over here I have the Ren and Stimpy Show, Seasons 1 and 2, which, contrary to what the package says, is not uncut. Then I have Rocko's Modern Life, the complete series, released by Shout Factory. I don't have the Paramount version, because the content, from what I heard, is 100% exactly the same. Which is unfortunate, because it would have been really cool to have the uncensored versions of episodes like Road Rash, and The Good, the Bad, and the Wallaby that were censored on Shout Factory's release, on Paramount's release of the complete series, but unfortunately it uses the same censor transfers as the Shout Factory version. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. However, I do have Paramount's release of another Shout Factory title, Hey Arnold, the complete series, or, as it's known now, the Ultimate Collection, because now it has both movies and bonus features, which weren't on Shout Factory's release of this set. And over here, I have a few DVDs for SpongeBob SquarePants. I have the complete first season, the complete third season, and the first 100 episodes, which features all the episodes from seasons 1 through 5. I have this set, which features the first 5 seasons of SpongeBob, but I also have seasons 1 and 3 individually because there are different special features on seasons 1 through 5's individual DVD releases than on the first 100 episode set. So I'm eventually going to get seasons 2, 4, and 5 on DVD individually, but that won't be for a while. Then I have a couple of compilation DVDs for SpongeBob, Halloween, and Sea Stories. And then I have the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. I also have the first movie, but it's on this 6-movie collection over here that I'm going to get to eventually. And you can see that it is a Blu-ray release, and I haven't actually opened it yet. But I will, eventually. Then I have The Fairly Odd Parents, Abracatastrophe, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, The Best of Season 1, Jock Zone, the complete series, Danny Phantom, Season 1, and now we're getting into the newer Nickelodeon shows that I like. So I have Avatar: The Last Airbender, the complete series on Blu-ray, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2012, Rise of the Turtles, and The Good, the Bad, and Casey Jones. And then finally, for my DVD releases for the Nicktoons that are singular releases and not compilations of various shows, The Loud House Relative Chaos, aka Season 2, Volume 1. I don't have Season 1, Volume 1 for whatever reason. I will eventually get it, but eventually, not like right away. And now we're getting into my compilation DVDs for Nick. I have this 6-movie collection that features the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Hey Arnold the movie, the Rugrats movie, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the Wild Thornberrys movie, and Barnyard. They have Out of the Vault Collection and Out of the Vault Again, both of which were released by Shout Factory. And then over here, I have Out of the Vault Christmas, also released by Shout Factory, and Nicktoons Christmas. And then finally, I have the only Nick Jr. DVD in my collection, The Backyardigans, It's Great to Be a Ghost. Well, that's part 1 of this video. I don't have enough time to make another part for right now, so I will get to it eventually, so make sure to stay tuned for part 2.